Let's create a map using a secondary camera for our game today in Unity 6. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I just went ahead and created a scene where I have an enemy object which is a dog in this case, which will has to find the kitty, which is the player in this case, which has been marked as player. So I have included an app message in my dog object and a simple AI script which is I have the kitty as in its transform, and the enemy AI script has like basic code of transform player and message, and message is basically my dog object. Transform player is the one I am assigning the kitty object here, and in the update method I am just setting the destination and the agent speed here, so it will try to find the position based on the shortest path algorithm here. So based on this initial scene which I have, if you run this, we can see that my dog object will be trying to find the enemy. Okay, and if I just move my kitty towards left or right, it will follow it, and then we can add the attack agent and everything. Okay, so in this one what I'm trying to do is trying to add a map to show the whole thing as from a different camera. So I'm using a secondary camera here, so let's just add the secondary camera. Okay, so camera position will be like, let me see, it's here, so it can be around, okay, so it's looking at the cat, so look around like this, make it rotate 90 degree and go up all the way up. So this is basically using a secondary camera where my camera object will see the whole area, and then we can render it around another renderer and see how it is looking. Okay, so here I have the camera setup where it is, this one is my player, this one is my dog, which is not perfectly clear, so we will work on it. So but before that we will go ahead and create a 3D raw image. So in this raw image what we are going to do is try to render the camera's projection, the secondary camera's projection here. So to do that we will go ahead and create maybe a renderer material, render texture. We can make it as map texture. Okay, so now if I go to camera and go to its output texture, here nothing, so we can add render texture here. So as you can see, the map will show up here again. Now in this raw image, in this texture, I can add the texture. So this is the pretty much things that would be needed to see this data here. So now I can see all data here. Now we can adjust our raw image to show up properly, like I can position it properly, like up, down, and then we can camera, we can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, but one thing you'll notice is like you're never able to see the cat or player or kitty properly. So to solve this issue, let's go to our raw image and use layers here. So what we would do is, in this camera angle we have volume mask as default. Okay, so we are doing it on default, so that's fine, we can change it to everything. Okay, so basically it will show everything, and we don't have anything as this thing. I'll try to add enemy and player as the layers in my object. Okay, so if I add only enemy object here, okay, then it will change the children and it will not be visible in the main camera that I had set up. Okay, so this camera had default layer and we had default culling mask. So what we need to do is create a simple 3D object or a simple object dummy. Okay, this dummy object, if we change the layer to enemy and then assign some material to it, say red color, then you can see you will be able to also identify it as a red square here. Okay, now we can do the same thing to my Kitty object, where I can take and select a 3D object cube and then assign green material to it and then change its thing to player. Okay, so now player is available, and that's happening because this camera has volume mask of default enemy and player. So basically it's showing everything and all the things that is there by default, and enemy and player, it is not showing any other part. Okay, but the main camera here only shows default thing. It is not showing enemy or player, so we will not be able to see here, but we'll be able to see. Now let's run this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here you'll notice like there are two audio listeners because of my camera here, so I can I have to remove that because there should be only one audio listener at a time. So okay, so let's just stop and fix that issue real quick. Go here, remove audio component here, because this is my map camera. We can change the name to map camera, and let's run this. Okay. Now we have like no error in console, no, and if we see like this, okay, so this will show my Kitty object, and if the scene menu, if I come here, if I move, it will show again, and it will in the map we can see it's moving as well. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.